Welcome to each and every soul who finds themselves struggling to keep afloat during these times. This indeed, blossom, shall be a beneficial topic, for there is much more to come. Let us consider that you are not only dealing with the higher, good, loving energies that are now coming in, yet also having to contend with the last remaining energies of the darkness that will keep on fighting until they can fight no more. The biggest part of being human is feeling and emotion. All the senses wrap around each other in a perfect layered DNA spiral. Feeling is what makes us human and vulnerable, and yet at the same time wholesome and holy. We as humans try to run and escape feelings and emotions, for they make us seem weak and without control. So much upon your earth competes for your attention. If you could see the energetic airwaves, you would see signals everywhere, both tangible 3D waves from your television and radio broadcasts, as well as the emanations from every physical object and every being in created reality. The planets emanate vibrations. The sun emanates vibrations. The plants, animals, and rocks emanate vibrations, and each of you emanates vibrations. You live in a frequency soup, dear friends, and if you were to try to tune into it all, you would not be able to handle the noise. It would be as if you were surrounded by musical instruments of all different types, playing all different sounds at once. There is a consciousness of love that is truth. It is the essence of who you are. There is also a consciousness of the opposite. We use the word consciousness as it describes it well, and yet is totally different from the truth essence of love. This darker, debilitating mind control is sent out directly into your beings. You feel as if your thoughts are yours, and yet they are not, when these thoughts feel not of light love. It sets off a spiraling pattern to bring one into a lower frequency. And if one is unaware, it can cause all sorts of havoc to the self. Take a look at your world and how people behave towards one another. This is not who you are. This is programming designed by the darker forces. Keeping you in the lower frequency enables them to remain in control over you, and yet at the same time, there has to be a light spark remaining within you as part of their food. We as a species should have figured it all out by now. Unfortunately, we cannot escape emotions and feelings no matter how hard we try, or in whatever way we try to block them. Like a shadow at high noon, they are always in our face and under our skin, pushing and prodding, making us ill-tempered. Life has become more and more demanding, like a 3-year-old. We create the future of Earth with every word we speak. Our words are alive and always self-fulfilling. Sometimes it's better to say nothing than to say anything, as the universe is always eavesdropping anyway. Negative words can often cancel out the best laid plans of the universe. Your words are celestial seeds like pollen, flowing through the worlds looking for a place to land. You cancel out the universe's best laid plans by your own destructive words and musings. Death and life are in the power of your words, which are going to give you exactly what you decree. If you were in such a situation, you could easily go mad trying to listen to it all, trying to cater to every sound vibration that wanted your attention. Instead, you would quickly learn to become selective. You might place your attention on one instrument or one group playing one song. You might tune it all out completely. You might start to add your own internal melody to something you hear. Quickly enough, you would learn that you need not empath with every instrument and melody, but rather you could choose what you wish to tune into and therefore experience in this cacophony of sound. This is a wonderful metaphor for how you can handle being such sensitive, open, and empathic souls that you all are. Many of you feel everything. You feel the love and the hatred. You feel the waves of the world's shifts in consciousness. You feel your boss's frustrations, your lover's fatigue, and your child's sense of mischief. You feel the peace of nature, the joy of the birds, and the calm that follows a storm. You feel the dog staring at dinner on the table, and as you watch someone cross the street, you feel their emotional state. You can feel the emotions of a singer as you listen to their song, and the heart of the artist as you look at the painting. You feel the news stations vying for attention and the people in the store talking loudly and pulling at you to please notice and validate their discussions. Yet, if we are honest, we have great difficulty loving ourselves for who and what we are, into the deepest shadows and the highest light. For we both, they balance each other out, and balance point brings equilibrium. We all grew up in society and families. We were more or less forced to conform to outside notions of who and what we were supposed to be or to be molded into. Add to this, then the educational systems, etc. The list goes on and on, whether in the workplace, where so often we became just another number, or when we dared to question the status quo. We found ourselves pushed to the side and often ostracized because we dared to be different. I have heard so many telling me, there must be something dreadfully wrong with me. In truth, there is nothing dreadfully wrong with anyone. Deep down you know this, and how many of us, in childhood, in our very innocence then, got told we have overactive imaginations, or what we saw or tried to exist was fantasizing and did not exist and were just fairy tales. And when we dared to just stand up for ourselves, we knew that we would pay for the consequences. Many of us, however, chose to break free and still do. Have you ever sensed the infinite joy that dwells within you? True happiness isn't something to be found in the fleeting outside world. It is the radiant essence of your very being. In this wondrous holographic reality, the impressions of your five senses mirror the rich inner cosmos that resides within. For so long, you have wandered in search of fulfillment, unaware that an endless ocean of bliss is already present at your core. Take a pause now and embark on a journey inward, gently navigating through the layers of discontent woven by the mind. Rise beyond the illusions of thought and form and rediscover the luminous source of your joy. Are you ready to transcend the material and the transient and embrace that which is eternal and sublime? We are here in this sacred moment to guide you back to your true origin, to lift away the veils spun from mind-made stories, and to reveal the incandescent light of your essence. We are always interested in helping you to seek out that which will fulfill your life's purpose. We are here to remind you at times that you are creating this life. Now that you are awake, you do not have to live out some preordained purpose for your life, but rather, you get to determine what that purpose is and then move towards the fulfillment of what purpose you choose to have for your life. Now, looking at life in a very human way, you would think that you only have so many years to get it all done in. But looking at your life from the picture of the eternal and infinite self that you truly are, you realize you have all the time in the world and in the universe. In fact, you realize that nothing actually has to get done, but you also recognize that you are there and you might as well have some experiences. You might as well do more than just run out the clock until your time is up in this lifetime. And so, the question then comes into play, is it nature or is it nurture? In other words, do you feel drawn to certain activities, certain experiences, and certain people because it was preordained that you would move in those directions? Or are some of your proclivities developed through the time you are there and the experiences that you have while you are there? Both play a part, of course. Some of you come in with certain gifts and certain interests. And then you wonder what you are supposed to do with those gifts or how to monetize those interests. And it is important for you to consider these things. But it is also most important for you to just pursue them, and pursue them with reckless abandon. The darkness needs you to have light to some degree. Light is necessary for a human to be. It is what makes one tick, so to speak. So, it is necessary for you to have a certain amount of light life in order for the darkness to do what they do to you. Yet, it seems that many have no light at all. That blossom may seem the case regarding souls who have literally made a pact with the darkness for their own personal gain. Therefore, it is not possible for light to not exist within each and every soul. I find that very surprising. Yet, it is so. Each soul that has fallen to the darkness has a chance to be redeemed. Would that not be the godly thing to do? This could become extensively complicated. A soul cannot die. Therefore, those who have fallen, when passing on, would remain in a state that suits their soul. How long they choose to remain there is up to them. You are cursing or blessing your life with every thought and word. You can use your powerful words to jinx your life, or you can use your words to bless your life. Speak words of faith. Declare God's favor in your life and in your heart. Change the atmosphere everywhere you go. Call in good, call in light, call in love, and call in healing. Don't talk about difficulties, talk about solutions. We are not reporters in our life, we are forecasters. Call to the invisible as if it were discernible. Call with faith-filled words. Change your world by changing your lyrics. In and out of time, there are countless futures which exist. Our own behavior determines which universe we enter. Prophecy is seeing the future in our present actions. Many of you are not even aware of the vast number of things you feel throughout your days. Most of you are aware of how your mood or feelings can shift and change, sometimes without apparent reason. You are all on this list, highly empathic, and you feel beautifully and deeply. Once you learn to have more selective focus at the energetic level, your empathy can be a gift and a blessing. If you don't know how to tune your energy and focus consciously, however, you can easily feel overwhelmed by the world's offerings. Try something for a moment. Look at the room or space around you. Now shut your eyes and feel. See if you can notice what or who is calling for your attention. It may be something beautiful or out of place in the room. It may not be something you see, but rather something you feel, like the email inbox that is full or the dishes to be done. It may be someone popping into your head, wanting you to call them, or a social media app calling for you to come, sit, and scroll for a while. As you begin to notice who or what calls for attention, pay attention to how you feel. As you sense a friend that wants you to call, imagine that you can pull your energy into a beautiful column of light from head to toe along your spine. Get centered in your own energy and ask yourself, what do I want to do? As you feel the urge to jump on social media, breathe. Get centered in your own energy once again and ask yourself, do I want to be on social media? If so, how long would I like to enjoy it? As you feel someone at work wanting you to join them in their complaints and pain, silently breathe. Imagine pulling your energy into your center yourself and ask, would I rather focus on emanating love or focus on their pain? You get to choose, dear friends, where you place your focus no matter how diligently or insistently someone or something wants your attention. What it did was make a lot of souls fall asleep, and then kind of went into a trance state where they became what others wanted them to become and did as they were told. Always looking for the outside authorities to run their lives, instead of taking their own power back and choosing to live the truth of what they are in truth. Yet, all of this is now changing. We are all going to, and already have been, cleaved open to the core. And this is when the shadow emerges and all the false programming, the false belief system we were indoctrinated with. And if we never questioned anything, it will come as a huge shock to suddenly have the truth exposed collectively. And to find that those in whom so many put their faith and even put on pedestals indeed pretended to be what they are not. This includes family skeletons coming to the fore and ancestral programming. Educational systems are false and so much more. The fact is that every soul is perfect, whole and complete, for the divine source does not create duds, nor imperfections. Those shadow sides of yourself are necessary in the cosmic school of souls, so that you can grow in wisdom, insight and love, just as much as the light side does. When you access more of your inner child and you take play more seriously, you recognize that as a child you would create without limitation. You would create without giving a second thought to what you were creating or what you would do with it. And that is the way to pursue your interests in this lifetime and create for yourselves a fulfillment of your life's purpose. Now, when you are denying something that is inside of you and you continue to deny its existence, then yes, you may get a wake-up call, and in that wake-up call, you may be told that you are not fulfilling your mission in life. We know that many people have those experiences, but it does not mean that they are only supposed to do those things because an outside force thinks they are. When someone has an impulse to do something and they don't follow through with it, then they are denying themselves their truest expression of self, and that is something that they need to change in order to make perfect use of the lifetime. So you see, the purpose, the mission was not preordained, and you are not there to discover what it is by looking under every rock for it. But rather, you are there to determine for yourself what your mission is and listen to the guidance that's coming to you from within and nudging you towards it in every waking moment. And when you fulfill that mission, that purpose, you may feel a sense of satisfaction and then move on to another one. So you see, it's not even that you only have one purpose for your life. Just like you don't just have one life. Very good. That which you put upon another, you will feel for yourself. That is torturous enough for the average soul, who has done very little to harm another, for the depth of regret runs deep. Imagine then, for those who have continually, deliberately harmed others beyond the thought capacity of many. No. Dearest friends, they do not and will not get away with anything. Yet, and please think on this, it is your love that can bring them home. Yet, believe us when we say, it is a long, long journey of repent and forgiveness of self. A road, not one, would choose if they knew the consequences. Yet, greed, lust, fame, etc. and self-wanting took over reasoning. So, we return to the programming subject. It has much power, until one becomes aware of it and understands how to push through it and rise above it. We have to begin by saying that the mantra, "Dear ones, our love is constant." You can focus on that. You can focus on how you are loved by the divine. You can focus on your dog, your cat, or the birds singing sweetly outside the window. You can focus on your favorite food. You can focus on emanating light as if you are radiating it towards those who are upset and want your attention. Give them your attention if you must, but don't pay attention to their misbehavior. Instead, pay attention to the fact that these little children in adult bodies are screaming for love, and you can emanate love. You can feel no pain as you radiate light. You will elevate yourself, and if they are willing, you will help them raise themselves into a kinder space too. At the very least, you will be picking up love rather than picking up pain. You don't take on energies, dear friends. You tune in. Your brains and bodies are the most sophisticated antennae in the universe. It is in learning to manage your focus that you learn to manage your life experience. Even the most empathic among you can learn to empath with the good vibrations rather than the random vibrations you find yourself picking up unintentionally. You can do this, dear ones. Try it. As you are emanating that energy daily, there is also a need to question yourself. What is holding me back? What is holding me back from manifesting this goal? Why hasn't it manifested already? This is where you examine where you feel stuck, your beliefs especially. You might find that you are fearful of your goal manifesting, or that you're fearful of change. Or maybe there is one thing that you simply can't let go of in your reality. Encourage yourself to explore deeper and deeper what is holding you back. What is stopping you from experiencing your goal right now? You will notice that there are numerous beliefs, all different kinds of beliefs connected to emotions, memories, maybe even past lifetimes. Recognizing these clears the way and allows your manifestation to come into fruition. It is often what is holding us back that stops the manifestation. Now, how do you release those beliefs? Simply recognizing them helps, and then every time they come up, every time you find yourself saying that belief to yourself, just gently rewriting it. You can send love to that belief, and that part of your being that's holding on to that belief. Send love, peace, and healing, and you can say, "I'm rewriting that belief now," and then have a new belief that supports you. That is the most major key to acknowledge what's holding you back, because if you can reach a space where there is nothing, you cannot conceive of any thoughts or beliefs holding you back, then you will find it is easier to manifest. It will come into your reality. Sometimes things don't manifest because you are not thinking about them with open perspectives. You have a fixed idea, and those ideas sometimes need to shift. The growth of manifesting something is all about shifting your perspectives. Actually changing yourself to be attuned with that which you wish to manifest. It is often your beliefs, your thoughts, or wounded energies that stop you experiencing your dreams. Next time you're feeling something or someone unpleasant, think of the taste of your favorite chocolate, the fragrance of your favorite essential oil, the smile of your beloved pet, spouse, or child, the feel of cool grass under your feet, or anything that feels better. And in that instant, as you pick up on the signals of something kinder, you will stop picking up the negative vibrations. It is the wounded healer who is the most powerful healer, and not the one who has never been ill. It brings compassion, it brings empathy. It brings with it the frailty of the ego versus the higher soul self, infinitely connected to the divine within. When you finally love yourself just as you are, shadow and light, only then can you genuinely love another, shadow and light, just as they are, without wanting to change anything about them. And is it not that we so often remember a soul with smile and with love, not because of their perfections, but rather their quirkiness, their stubbornness, the strange habits, and more than this, the way they so often made us laugh and see the lighter side of life when we could not see for seeing. Can you take yourself in the arms today and give yourself a hug and just say, I love you just the way you are, and mean every word? Release those constructs that obscure your inner brilliance. Allow the pure, unbounded light within you to shine, for nothing in the universe sparkles with such power and purity. Remain as you are, free, untainted, and divinely whole, and let the sublime bliss of your soul envelop you completely. You can learn this, you can practice, and then you dear, sweet, sensitive, kind and caring, empathic souls. You can be in the world and enjoy your reality no matter what vibrations are around you. You can be with people in upset and fear and share your peace. You can be around complainers while ignoring the negativity and emanating love for your own sake. You can be the sensitive souls that you are and enjoy the journey, no longer feeling at the mercy of the external world. No longer having to avoid situations that you want to enjoy, and no longer being dragged down by energies you'd rather not focus on and rather not feel. You can become a tuner extraordinaire, picking up the world's high vibes and luxuriating most often in the frequencies of love. I wish to speak of how to manifest the reality you wish to experience, how to manifest health in your physical body, how to manifest situations, how to manifest people coming into your life and your reality. It is first important to have a goal and intention, and let that intention be deeply meaningful to you. Something that excites you, something that allows access to fulfillment that brings you joy. Connection with yourself and connection with the Creator. It is also important, with this intention, to allow yourself to have an open mind. What we mean by this is, although you have a goal that you wish to manifest, it is important to allow that goal to manifest in a magical and miraculous way, and to ensure that all pathways are open to that goal. Maybe that goal will not look exactly as you imagined, or maybe not be exactly like you imagined. You allow the universe to paint the picture. You give the idea, and you allow the universe to dictate how you get to that idea, and even what that idea may look like, or how it appears. When you become rigid in your thought process, this can cause you to feel stuck, as if you cannot manifest your goal, as if it feels impossible. It is important to hold your goal very lightly, to love it and to believe in it, but also that if it doesn't manifest, you will find fulfillment in other ways, and know that fulfillment comes from within your being. The more that you can access and inquire within to access your own inner fulfillment, the easier it will be for that energy of fulfillment to be projected into your reality. You can even imagine your goal and the energy of fulfillment synthesizing within your heart space, embraced by love. Like a seed that is being planted into the universe, into your being and into your reality. You hold it lightly because you do not wish to damage the seed. It is often the mind that holds things tightly. It must be like this. It must look like this. It must manifest by this date. This is an example of holding on to your seed too tightly. There is of course a need for belief and trust in yourself, your own abilities to manifest, and your relationship with the Creator and your guides. It is important to realize that you manifest daily. Everything that you experience in your reality, you have manifested. You have drawn it into your reality for your experience, whether you are happy with it or not. Remember that you are always evolving, so what you need changes as well. Something you may have manifested a year or two ago that fulfilled your need in that moment may not be as fulfilling in these moments. It is important to trust in yourself and your natural ability to manifest. It is not that you are learning to manifest in any way, because you already know. You have a natural ability. What you are achieving is manifesting something that is dear to your heart. It is important to think of your goal with hope, trust, and the knowing that you are supported, emanating that fulfillment energy into your being and your reality,